Welcome to Kole Math Lab. Today we are continuing with the change of subjects. So we started with the number one. We started with involving multiplication, involving addition and subtraction, and then division, fraction. So today we are looking at bracket factorization and involving square, variable, and then square roots. Okay, so let's take the example here for the form, the bracket. So A is saying that make A the subject of the relation here. So our relation is what? P to be equal to 2A plus B. So if you are making A the subject, the first thing you have to do is that you expand the bracket here. So you are going to expand the bracket. So P to be equal to 2A plus 2B. 2B. Then we want A to be the subject. So you carry the 2B from here to this side, or you move it. So it will be P minus 2B to be equal to 2A. Since we want A to be the subject and it is multiplying with the 2, we divide the 2 by both sides. So here will be P minus 2B. So divide there by 2, divide there by 2. 2 goes to 2, give us 1, multiply by A, get A. So therefore, A is equal to P minus 2B over 2. So that is the answer for A. So now let's move on to the 2, the B. So it says that R is equal to half K, where we want the K to be a subject. So here, since it involves fraction here, we find LCM. The LCM is what? 2. Multiply it through. So you get 2R to be equal to 2 times 1 over 2 in a bracket A plus B K. So this one multiplies, you get 2R to be equal to 2 cancels 2, leaving 1. Multiply it by the bracket, the same thing. So you multiply the K by what is in the bracket here. So you get AK plus BK here. Then since we want K to be the subject, you factor the K out. So 2R will be equal to K in the bracket A plus B. Since we want the K, divide both sides by what is in the bracket. So you get A plus B here. So over here to A plus B here. This will cancel the leaving K. So therefore K is equal to 2R over A plus B. So that is the answer for the B. C. So when you take C, you say that S is equal to N in the bracket A plus B, A plus D. Then we want D the subject. We want D to be the subject. So it means I multiply the N by what is in the bracket here. So you get X to be equal to AN plus DN. So you want D the subject. So you move this one to this side. So S, A, change the positive, become negative, equal to DN. So you want D to be the subject, so you divide both sides by N. Divide there by N, divide there by N. N will cancel N. Therefore, D is equal to S minus AN over N. So that becomes the answer for the C. Now let's move on to the one with the square variable. The one with square variable. So you are taking the first one. You are taking this one. So that is P to be equal to M over R squared plus K, where we want R to be the subject. So this one also is a fraction, so you multiply through by what? The denominator here. So you get P R squared to be equal to R squared times M over R squared. plus k times r squared. So here will be p r squared. This will cancel that, leaving m plus k r squared here. Since we want the r to be the subject, we carry this one from here to this side by grouping like terms. So p r squared minus k r squared to be equal to m. So we factor r squared out, leaving p minus k in, equal to m. So since we want the r, so we divide both sides by the p minus k. So divide the p minus k, p minus k. This will cancel that, leaving r squared to be equal to m over p minus k. Let's continue it here. Since you are looking for r, not r squared, you take square root on both sides. So here will be r to be equal to square root m over p minus k. So when you take square root of r squared here, this square will cancel the square root, leaving us the r. So this one becomes the answer for the A. Now let's take the B. Let's take the B. Now the B says that d minus f raised to the power half over d plus raised to the power half equal to 3kg over m. So now this one, since it raised to the power half, if you want to get rid of the half here represents a square root, okay? So a value for a square root is a half. So we have to take square on both sides. So we are taking square on both sides. So when you take a square here, that will be over so we are taking a square on both sides. So here 2 will be 3, 3k on m all square. So this one will cancel this, leaving d minus f over d. So here is plus f equal to. Now here you apply the law of indices. The power is affecting whatever in the bracket there. So here will be 9k squared d squared over m squared. The next thing you are going to do is that you do cross multiplication. So this one multiply that, this one multiply this. So you are going to get d minus f in the bracket m squared will be equal to d plus f in the bracket 9k squared d squared. Close the bracket here. So the next thing that we are going to do is that we expand the bracket. So you multiply d by what's in the bracket, you multiply the f2. So you are going to get dm squared minus fm squared to be equal to d 9k squared d squared d plus 9k squared d squared d, because you multiply this by this, multiply this by that. Okay, so let's proceed. So here you group like terms. You have d here, d is here. Here is f. Sorry. So here is f. So you are going to get dm squared. Then this one plus the equals and become negative k squared d squared d to be equal to, maintain this one, 9k squared d squared f. Then this one will plus become positive fm squared. Fm squared. Now the next thing is that Here v is common. Here f2 is common here, so you can factor them out. So you factor d out, leaving m squared minus 9k squared d squared. And here you can factor the f out, leaving 9k squared d squared plus m squared here. So since we want d to stand alone or subject of the relation, we divide both sides by the m. So you divide here by m squared minus n k squared g squared. Then divide here 2 m squared minus 9 g squared. So this will cancel that, leaving d to be equal to f in the bracket 9k squared g squared plus m squared all over m squared minus 9k squared g squared. So this one becomes the answer for this. So let's move on to the square roots. The square roots. We are moving on to the square roots. So the A says that v is equal to square root of 25 u squared. 1/4 here. So now, since we want the u here, which is in the square roots, so we have to take square on both sides. We take square on both sides. So here will be v squared equal to, put it in a bracket, I 1/4 25 minus u squared, all squared here. So it means that the square is affecting whatever in the bracket. So square will come to the 1 here. So 1 raised to the power 2 give us 1. 4 raised to the power 2 will give us 16. Then this half will cancel the square root, leaving in the bracket 25 minus u squared. Then since the fraction here, you multiply 2 by the denominator. So you get 16v squared equal to 16 times 1/16 in the bracket 25 minus u squared. So this will cancel that, 16 times 16. So leaving 16v squared to be equal to 25 minus u squared. Since we want u to be the subject and it's negative here, let's move to this side and move the 16. So it becomes u squared to be equal to 25 minus 16v squared. We want the u, not u squared, so we take square root on both sides. So when you take square root, here becomes u to be equal to square root 25 minus 16v squared. So this one becomes the answer for the A. Now let's move on to the B. So the B here is equal to V to be equal to pi h squared in the bracket r h on 5, where we are making r, this r the subject. We are making this r the subject. So the first thing that we are going to do is that we are going to multiply, or we are going to expand the bracket here. So we are going to get v to be equal to pi a squared r. Because when we multiply this by this, we get that. Then multiply this and that. So you are going to get minus pi h raised to the power 3 over 5. So you are going to get this. So this one multiply that, giving us this. Then, since we have a fraction here, multiply 2. So you are going to get 5v equal to 5 times pi h square r minus pi h cubed over 5 times 5. So here you get 5v to be equal to 5 pi h square r. This will cancel that, leaving minus pi h cubed. Now, since we want the r to be established, we move this one to this side. So we're going to get 5v minus pi h cubed to be equal to 5 pi h square r. So since we want the r, we divide both sides by 5 pi h squared. So divide it by 5 pi h squared, 5 pi h squared. So r is equal to 5v minus pi here will be cube, here will be cube here, okay, over 5 pi h. So this is the answer for the B.